The national organisation came about in the early 90s. It was preceded by the state organisations, grew into a national organisation in 1990. We elected a board of directors and moved forward, and we haven't actually looked back since then.
Back when we became a founding member all those 25 years ago, I think it would have been a pretty easy decision back then to join the association because, as I mentioned, a fantastic way to understand your customers and the markets and the challenges that they face, and that helps us as a business.
Being part of the association has given us the opportunity of being involved in the whole industry throughout Australia and being involved with the other precasters, knowing what the general trends are. And because we're isolated in WA, it's given insight into what's happening, and also we've had quite a bit of support from the other precasters because although there's friendly rivalry, we're not actually competing directly against each other.
I think it's important to support the industries that you're a part of. Brickworks entered the precast market about 6 or 7 years ago now, and we saw the opportunity to come into a market which was increasingly playing a more important role in the greater construction industry and will, and we see it to continue to do so. And with that, I suppose there's an important role to play, we think, for ourselves as part of the industry to sort of be a part of the broader group of the leading suppliers in the industry to support the growth that's needed to make sure that we can be there to deliver, or Precast can be there to deliver on the needs of the industry as it grows.
It's the function of technical issues, working with the clients and the cooperation between members to grow the industry.
Euro Precast decided to join the National Precast Association because of, I suppose, wanting to be a market leader or differentiate myself to my competitors, get a bit of a feel for being involved in an association.
We're part of the National Precast Association mainly because we felt we're a little bit isolated in central Queensland. So for us to get a feel for what's happening around Australia, certainly in the precast world and construction for us, we're a civil company, we thought we'd join and be involved with a group of people who specialise in that area like us, and we can also learn a lot of technologies, innovations, those sort of things from these people. The group's been very inclusive, the National Precast Group are very inclusive, great to get on with. We do all sorts of tours at different events around Australia, including site tours, construction site tours, building and civil, and also we're actually welcomed into other members' yards or precast facilities to look at the products and the methodologies which we can also all learn from and tap into for our own business.
The benefit for Permacast being in the association is we get to keep abreast with the information and new technologies and what's going on in the precast industry, and also to find out what's happening nationally in the industry as well, and keeping in contact with other precasters on the East Coast, as we don't see them as a direct competitor.
We and many others welcomed other precasters into our factory, showed them around with a bit of pride of what we'd managed to achieve, and then shared ideas. And when you visit somebody else's factory, it's your eyes just look onto something that you think, oh good, that's a great idea. And that just was such a help to everybody. So over the years, that's what's happened. The sharing of ideas about our factories, the sharing ideas about how we manage the building industry, because we all have the similar problems.
I suppose it's a bit of a friendly rivalry. It's more about sharing the experiences that we all have or we've all been through in working on various projects.
Yeah, we didn't think twice about becoming an industry partner with the association. We've got a long-standing history and are proud to be associated with the association and the work they do to promote the use of precast concrete in the industry. We get involved in many different things, whether it be standards committees, code of practice committees, technical presentations, and just general support to the association and all of the members where we can. In terms of what do we get from being involved, look, there's clearly a brand awareness and association of what we do. We'd like to think that involvement that we have and the close relationship we have with the association and its members enables us to develop solutions for the ever-changing industry and ensures that we continue to remain a supplier of choice in the industry. So it's a great we see it as a great win-win sort of relationship.
You know, as Precast sort of increases its scope and its breadth of what products it provides to the construction industry, you know, traditionally it was walls and floorings becoming more adopted. We're seeing stairs, columns, beams, all sorts of things sort of growing in scope, and the percentage of the pie we're getting is growing, and with that comes greater complexity, design, connection, supply chain, just manufacturability. And with all that, I think needs careful coordination and certainly control, being such a crucial part of a building from a structural perspective. Not quite grasping that and getting that engagement with the design community right can really cause some issues down the track. So we think there's a vital role for us to be a part of the association, also the association to play a role in making sure that those technical issues are really handled well.
Yeah, I think the standard is a good example of that, where we all have a vested interest in the industry and ensuring it's safe, that it's productive, and that precast concrete itself is a preferred or the default method of construction in the industry. So working together with our competitors, I think, is a good thing from that perspective in terms of how do we continue to promote precast concrete and ensure that it does remain that preferred method of construction.
I think the benefit is that we are a voice, and we're a well recognised voice in the industry. So I think we're a fairly strong voice in our world when it comes to lobbying with governments and those sort of industries, including major contractors and the like, you know.
I think there's a great interaction between the new members, and I've certainly helped, I think in my mind, helped younger members, and they've also helped me to look outside the square.